The word psychopath gets thrown around a lot. People use it to describe toxic exes, manipulative bosses, or even that neighbor who never smiles. But in psychology, being a psychopath is more than just being difficult. It's about a very specific set of traits that shape how someone sees the world, and more importantly, how they treat others. The tricky thing is that psychopaths don't usually show up wearing warning labels. In fact, many of them come across as charming, smart, and confident at first. And this is because they know how to blend in, which makes spotting them harder than most people expect. You only notice something's off once the mask starts to slip. So, how do you know when you're dealing with one? Here are 5 of the most common signs that point towards psychopathic behavior. Sign number 1, surface level charm. Psychopaths often make a killer first impression. They know exactly how to turn on the charm. They know how to say the right things, smile at the right times, and make you feel like you're the most interesting person in the room. This ability isn't fueled by genuine warmth, though. It's calculated. That charm is more like a costume. They use it to disarm people, gain trust, and slide into opportunities. You'll notice they can switch it on and off depending on who they're talking to, almost like flipping a light switch. Around people they don't need, the shine tends to fade quickly. The key giveaway is how shallow it feels once you scratch the surface. You might catch them recycling the same compliments or realize that their attention always circles back to serving their own agenda. 2, they don't have any real empathy. Everyone gets angry, frustrated, or distant sometimes, but psychopaths operate on another level. They genuinely don't feel empathy the way most people do. They can fake it when needed, but there's no true emotional connection behind their reactions. You'll notice this in how they respond to pain or vulnerability. Where most people would offer comfort, they might look detached, dismissive, or even slightly amused. Their ability to stay cold during moments that usually bring people together is unsettling once you recognize it. This lack of empathy is what makes their manipulation so effective. They're not weighed down by guilt or compassion, so lying, cheating, or hurting others doesn't register as wrong. It's just strategy. 3, they have a pattern of manipulation. Manipulation is like oxygen to a psychopath. They thrive on it. Whether it's twisting facts, guilt tripping, or playing people against each other, they know exactly how to push buttons to get what they want. And the scary part is, they do it so smoothly, you might not realize what's happening until later. At first, you might think they're just persuasive. They frame arguments in a way that sounds logical, even generous. But over time, you'll notice the pattern. Their good ideas always benefit them most, while others end up drained, confused, or sidelined. The manipulation isn't always loud or aggressive. It can be subtle, almost invisible. That's why so many people end up second-guessing themselves, wondering if they're overreacting, when in reality they've been played. 4, they have no sense of responsibility. One of the clearest signs you're dealing with a psychopath is how allergic they are to accountability. Mistakes never belong to them. They'll blame bad luck, other people, or the situation itself. To them, apologies aren't genuine. They're just tools to smooth things over. You'll see this in how they handle conflict. Instead of owning up to wrongdoing, they dodge, deflect, or go on the attack. Even when caught red-handed, they'll twist the narrative until you start questioning your own memory of events. This refusal to take responsibility makes relationships with them exhausting. You end up carrying the weight of their choices while they walk away untouched, ready to repeat the same cycle with zero guilt. 5, risk-taking without fear. Psychopaths have a boldness that can be exciting at first. They take risks others would hesitate to even consider. This might look like fast decisions, reckless adventures, or diving into high-stakes situations without blinking. But underneath, it's not courage, it's a lack of fear. This trait often draws people in because the confidence is magnetic, but when that fearlessness ignores consequences, it becomes dangerous. For instance, they might gamble with money, relationships, or even safety just to feed their need for stimulation. And over time, this risk-taking usually leaves chaos in its wake. While others pay the price, the psychopath shrugs it off and moves on, searching for the next thrill.